very worrying. Danny Hargreaves is with me. Not worrying. Not worrying. Danny Hargreaves is the BAFTA award-winning special effects supervisor for Doctor Who. Danny Hargreaves, hello, nice to see you. How are you?
Good.
The reason I say very worrying, look behind you.
I know.
The Cybermen have turned up.
Boys.
Look
How
at
you
them.
doing?
Look at them.
Yeah, they get nervous around me because I kind of blow them up, you see.
Well,
so.
Exactly. Well, you've been on the set. What do we do when Cybermen turn up?
Well,
they are extremely intimidating.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll be meeting the crowd.
Excuse me. Are you in charge of the Cybermen? Can you take them away? They're affecting my performance. Is that okay? This one looks like he wants to attack me right now. Okay, they're going away. Thank you very much indeed, security. They're being whisked away by security. Sorry about that introduction.
That's okay, no worries.
Danny Hargreaves, can I first of all say how sharp you are looking today?
Oh, thank you very much.
Very
I'm sort of in keeping, really, of the whole Doctor Who theme.
Well, I was just talking to Stephen Moffat. Just Stephen Moffat, you know.
Yeah, you know, the boss.
Just Stephen Moffat. I was just talking to him about this whole top button thing, because Peter Capaldi has gone for a beautifully lined jacket and also the top button up, and you're doing the same thing.
He stole it off me, actually. He just saw it and thought, do you know what? That is it.
Is this what we're doing now? Is this top button?
Just go for it.
Okay, the top button's being done up right now.
It's all about being tight. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I feel better.
Fresh.
Anyway, we're kind of getting away from Doctor Who, really, aren't we, by talking about top buttons. So, big explosions in this Doctor Who?
Do you know what? I've worked on the show now for over 10 years, and this series has really sort of knocked it out of me, I must admit. You know, coming from the 50th, epic, huge, and then into the series, I mean, we can only go bigger and better, can't we? So, yeah, it's huge. You know, lots of exciting things to look forward to.
That's really interesting you say that. You know, you can only go bigger and better. Is there not a worry that when you've been so big, that actually you're thinking it's a new Doctor, it's another series?
Yeah.
Can it get any bigger?
Well, you know, that was the challenge set by Mr. Moffat, you know. But here we are, we're in the middle of Cardiff. It's a huge premiere. It's about to go around the world. And it's just testament to such a great show. And but yeah, I mean, to go from the 50th into this series, it's been one of the most challenging, if not the challenging series I've ever done.
And Danny, from where you stand on the set, what do you think of Peter Capaldi? What do you think of the way he's embraced this role?
Well, I mean, I'm very fortunate to have worked with all of the Doctors now, you know, from Christopher Eccleston right through to David Tennant, you know, and all the way through to Mr. Capaldi now. And it's been a joy to work with all of them. Mr. C, he brings a kind of different edge that we've not seen for a few years. A little bit grumpier, a little bit more direct.
Peter Capaldi, nice to see you. May I introduce you to Danny Hargreaves?
Don't say that, don't say that. But no, but he's a lot of fun, and he's been great to work with. And it's also, I remember one of the very first days that we got stuck into a huge action sequence, and you know, it's just like I said to him, welcome to Doctor Who, this is it, you know, and he was loving every single second of it. And he actually came onto set early, actually, a lot of the time that we were doing some big sequences, and yeah, he would turn up a lot earlier. I mean, his call time would be like 10 o'clock, something like that, but he'd be there, you know, from 8 o'clock watching us blowing up stuff.
Yeah, that's a mark of a pro,
yeah, I mean, he loves the show, and he's living out his dream, you know. He wanted to be the Doctor when he was younger, and here he is.
So, is it true, right, that you once set David Tennant's hair on fire? Is this true?
Oh God, it always follows me around.
Is that true?
Does, yeah. Why?
Because I've interviewed you a couple of times, and I've never heard this story. But somebody told me you set David Tennant's hair on fire.
It was slightly singed. You know that quiffy bit at the front? Yeah, well, it wasn't so quiffy after I'd done.
So what happened?
So I was on it was his TARDIS, and we were blowing up stuff around him, and we had him and Billy Piper next to each other, and I just blew something off, a sort of big explosion above him, and a load of sparks rained down and kind of set it on fire a little bit. Just a little bit. It wasn't too bad.
I'd love to see the BBC Health and Safety.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone though, will you?
Listen, you also masterminded the Coronation Street tram crash from their 50th anniversary episode in 2010.
Yeah. I kind of just disaster sort of follows me everywhere, really. Yeah, very lucky. Obviously, Phil Collinson, the producer of Doctor Who, moved on to Coronation Street. So he said, look, I've got something coming up. Would you be interested? He wouldn't tell me what it was. I was, you know, really busy on Doctor Who at the time. And then he came to me and said, right, this is what we want. And I was like, oh God, okay. And yeah, just took it from there and crashed a tram into Corrie. Yeah, it was good fun.
How did you get into this thing?
Misspent youth, really? No.
You like blowing things up?
No, do you know what? I didn't when I was a kid. I wasn't that guy that was blowing up stuff in gardens and stuff. I was actually quite nervous of fireworks, to believe it or not. But I kind of just had a real interest in filmmaking, and I kind of watched Terminator 2. And there was a behind-the-scenes look at how how they were doing in the effects, and it was just so groundbreaking that I really wanted to get into it. And I think I must have been about 12 years old, and by the age of 15 I was working work experience for another special effects company, and I worked on productions like London's Burning. Do you remember London's Burning?
London's Burning, yeah. Great Sunday night drama.
Yeah, Sunday night, 9 o'clock, and that's kind of where I cut my teeth, and from a very young age I was learning big fire sequences and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I started, my first day on set was back in 1994, so I've been doing it for a long time now.
Wow, and you got your own company, obviously?
Own company, Real S Effects, yeah. We're based here in Cardiff, so we service everything from Doctor Who to Sherlock, Casualty, and various other productions. But we're actually, it's a double kind of premiere for me this weekend. I'm premiering another show called Outlander, which is premiering. It's a big Stars American production, which is filming out this weekend as well. So yeah, it's quite a weekend for me this weekend. So it's quite exciting.
Wonderful stuff. And so your kids must be very proud of you, aren't they? You're the guy who blows things up on Doctor Who.
Yeah,
they must dine out on that at school.
It's
you know,
funny.
Doctor Who, you know that big explosion Saturday night? My dad did that.
Yeah, he does love that, and he does have a couple of Daleks, my little boy. And it's funny because I've been working on the show for 10 years. My little boy's 8. So I've grown up, or he's grown up around the show, and it's now that he's really appreciating the whole Doctor Who vibe. He's very excited, and he's on holiday with his mummy. I couldn't be there this weekend because I'm obviously here, but he's very excited, very jealous. Even though he's sitting on a beach right now, he's very jealous that I'm here in Cardiff at the premiere. So yeah.
Well, listen, Danny, it's really good to see you. As ever, pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with the series, and many congratulations.
I
can't wait for the screening. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Danny Harvgreaves, BAFTA award-winning special effects supervisor for Doctor Who.